Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this YouTube video. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Podcasting Your Purpose with Antoinette Blake, the DE Diva, aka the Delaware Blogger. And today's mug is again the Delaware Blogger Podcast. And the topic is Podcasting Your Purpose Summer Session. Wow, what a wonderful weekend. But guess what? Today's Monday, the 18th of May, a week before Memorial Day 2020. Now, I know with this COVID-19 pandemic, Memorial Day is not going to be the same, which is why this is a great time for you to kick off your summer with a podcast. That's right. You know, I'm always talking about podcasting. I've got so many YouTube videos here. Every week I'm coming to you Monday through Friday to give you some quick tips and pointers. And then you can also head over to my podcast on Anchor FM. Let me show you that. The Delaware Blogger Podcast. That's right, because not only are there pointers over there, but there's some old interviews and some fun stuff as well, just to give you an idea of how I started my podcast like 209 or 210 episodes ago. And let me tell you, back in 2017, I didn't know what I was doing. I signed up for Anchor. I was just doing mini audios, just, outside when I was working. I just say what was going on that day, what was interesting, just something that was creative and fun. I was branding myself. I was trying to figure out all this podcasting stuff, and I'm still trying to figure it out. And if you watched last week's podcast, you'll never have it one and done. It's always going to be under construction, but this is a great time. Oh my goodness, this is such a great time to begin your podcast. And as a matter of fact, I am meeting with another client in about 20 minutes, actually at 10 o'clock, because she signed up for the 60-minute coaching session. And you know what? Last Friday, I had a client and she too signed up for the 60-minute coaching session. So I'm inviting you guys to sign up for that 60-minute mini coaching session, or even the 90-minute mini coaching session, because you know what you're going to get? You know my Podcasting Your Purpose workbook. That's right. This is the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook. It is 42 pages of information. Not only will you learn what a podcast is, because you may not even know what a podcast is. You're going to learn, you're going to read why start a podcast, the power of podcasting, planning a podcast, podcasting like a pro. Are you going to use equipment? What mic are you going to use? Podcasting promotion pointers, OMGZ. We are always looking for pointers to get our message out there, to get our podcast out there. So I give you some tips here, and I'm going to tell you some other stuff that I'm going to give you. Podcasting for profit, monetizing and sponsorship. You want to do that right away. You don't want to have to wait until you got 1 million listeners, because it may never happen. So you might as well start learning how to monetize and get sponsors for your podcast from the giddy up. Podcasting hosting plans, whether you're going to go with Podbean or Elite Conversations, it does not matter. You want to make sure that you're getting your money's worth. And speaking of getting your money's worth, thank you, Podpage. Yes, Podpage is I love it. It's a website devoted strictly to your podcast. And as soon as you load up or add your feed to your hosting plan, it's on your website, so you can share it. And I got some thoughts going through my head right now of how I want to promote that website. So since this is a quote and unquote short work week, right. Most of you guys are working from home, so you had a short work week, all month. Oh my God, it seems like all year, right? But this is the Memorial Day weekend. People are probably not going to be working on Friday, so going to squeeze everything in, 10 hours, 12 hours, Monday through Thursday. At least that's how we used to do it back in the day. I'm not sure how you're doing it now, but I know I have a lot of things to do, starting with, again, the 60-minute coaching session. So you'll get this 42-page workbook, which contains all that information, as well as a schedule that'll help you keep yourself organized, because you must do that. Your episode numbers, your guests, if you're doing an interview style, your topic, your dates of pre-record, the dates that you published. Did you do your artwork? Did you promote it on social? Is some tips and hints in here on how to create your artwork, creating an episode on Anchor, whether it's on your phone or your desktop, naming your show, and all of that good stuff. So you'll get that as part of the mini coaching session. Not only will you get that, before we even get started, I send you this podcast planner. And this is what we work on initially during that first 30 minutes of the 60-minute mini coaching session. You'll have, we'll work on your podcast title, the description, your dates, your social media, talking about equipment, microphone, headphone, editing software, hosting platforms. And then I will give you a list of the items that I use when I do my podcast. I'll talk about hosting platforms, again, whether it's Anchor or with the Podbean or Elite Conversations. Then there's a schedule in here, so you can start listing out your dates. And again, this is just something that helps you with your intro, outro music. And the reason why I have this here, artwork, and then I say happy podcasting, but the reason why I do it right here tells you, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So this is going to help you get your thoughts organized. So you'll get that as well. And then you will also get podcasting pointers pre-launch, printable. Let me move this out of the way. You will also get your podcasting pointer post-launch, which is on the back here, with some tips. Find and following your audience, how to use hashtags, images, sound, promoting old episodes, and checking your analytics. You will also get the podcasting pointers 1, 2, 3. You will get podcasting pointer printable every week. Every week I will have podcasting printable for you. It'll go right into your Dropbox. I will create a Dropbox for you. And of course, your content creation. We'll go through, brainstorming some ideas for the month if necessary. We'll flesh out your top episodes for the month, guest names, recording, editing, and all that good stuff. So for $77, you can't beat that with a stick. And it is summertime. We're about to kick off the best season of the year. This past weekend that we just went through, it was warm outside. So I was able to get outside and do some yard work, and I can really feel it now. So, my hair is kind of whatever. But that's what we did this weekend. I saw a lot of people head down to the shore, to the beach. Not a lot of social distancing and not a lot of mask wearing, but that's between them and whatever. But so if you are interested, please send an email to info@ablakenterprises.com to sign up for your 60-minute or your 90-minute mini coaching session. Again, if you want to learn more on podcasting, if you just want to hear podcasting pointers, you can head over to my Anchor FM Delaware blogger is my user. If you need to find me on all my social media platforms, on Linktree, I'm Del Blogger. And again, if you would just rather have the book, the podcasting, your workbook is only $15.99. And again, this will be sent to you, or you can order it via Amazon. If you want to pay shipping, that's cool. But otherwise, just send me an email. I'll get this out to you. And of course, my basic blogging tips for beginners book is still available on my blog, delblogger.com. But again, I have the bundle, the 2-pack bundle. Again, I have four sets left. I didn't get any orders last week. What's up with that? I got 4 sets left. So you can get those $26 for both, free shipping. I'll get to the mail slot today, or actually tomorrow. So again, podcasting your purpose. There is a reason, you have a vision, you have a voice, you want to share it. And I want to always just come back and tell you why why you want to start a podcast. Again, I'm always talking about leaving your legacy, right? Let me turn this off here. Leaving your legacy. When I first started, I started talking about podcasting for families and friends, for pastors and preachers, for authors and artists. So podcasting is a powerful medium. So you should add that as part of your branding or your marketing toolkit. Hold on, got to get my coffee here. Because smart money, people are investing into podcasts. That's why I said you want to start out monetizing from the giddy up. Start collecting those email addresses. Start reaching out to those sponsors that you want as part of your your podcast show. For example, if I wanted to say an author, I'm an author, so I can say today's podcast is being sponsored by Antoinette Blake, CEO of A. Blake Enterprises, social media marketing and management. She works with entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and side hustlers to ensure that not only are they on the correct social media platform, but they are engaging with their target market audience in an H to H manner, human to human, because people do not go to social media to be sold to. They go to socialize. Thank you, Antoinette Blake of A. Blake Enterprises, for today's sponsorship. And you can head over to her blog, adeleblogger.com, to order your book, Basic Blogging Tips for Beginners, or to order your Podcasting Your Purpose workbook, available on Amazon as well. Again, so that would be a sponsorship. You can get your local authors, you can get your local musicians, you can get people to sponsor your show. You can ask them to, if they'd like a 30-second or a 60-second sponsorship, and charge them according to what their budget is or according to what you've set your budget at. And I know a lot of podcasters usually ask, what's the breadth, what's a good price? You know your market, you know your audience, you know your analytics, you know your business. Podcasting is a business. So make sure that you are treating it as such. You can turn that hobby into a jobby, especially during this pandemic. I think I'm going to change that. Podcasting Your Purpose summer session. Turn your hobby into a jobby. Perfect. I'm going to change that. It's convenient. It's really convenient with artificial intelligence, with Wi-Fi being readily available, with having a smartphone, just simply, recording into your phone using an app, using software, free software, Audacity, or GarageBand, or any other editing. It's really, really simple and easy to do because of the advances. It's radio reimagined. It's radio with a plan and a purpose. The demographics are exploding. Once upon a time, not too long ago, the demographics of listeners, of creators, was small. Now it's all over the way, all over the charts, from kids, from seniors, all the way up to senior citizens. Again, from students to seniors is what I like to say. So the demographics are amazing. And 7 times out of a week, this is 7 shows a week is what an average person is listening to it. Podcast. 85% of people know about podcasts. 95% of people are probably listening to podcasts. It's mainstream. Mainstream media is now niche media. You become your own advocate, your own journalist, your own DJ, whatever the case may be. And the growth is exponential. You can have 1 listener, 100 listeners, 1 million listeners. So those are just a few reasons why you want to start a podcast. And again, that's in this workbook here. This 42-page workbook, which is only $15.99. And remember, you get all this other stuff. Oh, and as a bonus, you get 30 days of unlimited email and text access to moi. That's right. So anytime you have a question, if you want me to listen, if you want me to share, and also the Podcasting Your Purpose Facebook group, you become a member of that. So, and I promote your podcast there as well. So those are just a few reasons why you want to get it now. You want to, this is your season. Summer is your season. So let's get started. Let's close out the show with my favorite tune, Morning in the Cafe. Again, I love you guys. Thank you for your support. I'll be back tomorrow morning about the same time, same place. I got 9 minutes left, and then I've got my coaching session. So I want to see you in my mini coaching session. Send me the email, right? ablakeenterprises.com. Have a beautifully blessed day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.